What's up everybody, this is Danny and today I'm testing out the cameras on the OnePlus 10 Pro and the Pixel 6 Pro. This is a big request that I've been getting in the comments, so I definitely wanted to do this. And I'm also in New York City for 24 hours, so I want to go and explore, of course eat, and I want to test these cameras out. So let's go and do this. You let me know what video looks better, what microphone sounds better, and then we'll see which camera comes out on top. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's get it.
There are a couple of things that I did notice when looking over these pictures. The OnePlus 10 Pro does tend to have the brighter and more vibrant images, so this is going to be a preference thing. And in some images like this, the extra shadow brightness and bumped up colors do look nice, especially on this gloomier day. Both have very nice natural depth of field and also very similar traits when it comes to outcome of the pictures, but in some situations I'm seeing better dynamic range on the Pixel 6 Pro, like here in the sky, but I do like how the OnePlus handled the foreground better, so much detail here. When the sun comes out, this is a computational photography battle. The AI mode on the OnePlus 10 Pro really brings out the vibrancy in this image. Even though it's not completely accurate, it's a stunning outcome. The Pixel on this cold day does lean towards the colder white balance, but the OnePlus really pushes the contrast on this shot. Look at the crushed shadows, so I do like how the Pixel 6 Pro balances the entire image. Both are fantastic for street photography, as you can see, but the thing I don't like about the OnePlus 10 Pro is that if it doesn't see a face, it doesn't trigger the portrait mode most of the time, so that can be annoying either with the main or the 3.3x zoom, where the Pixel just activates it all the time, which I like. In terms of accuracy, they both have their faults, but here the OnePlus just decided to eliminate the phone altogether, so I guess they are both hit or miss. In certain shots, the extra contrast and color help the OnePlus 10 Pro. This one really is ready to share right out of the camera. Using the zoom option again, that extra contrast helps make this dramatic, so I really like it, but the Pixel 6 Pro is an image I can work with and looks fantastic with natural background separation, so I prefer that, but they both look awesome. The thing we can all agree on is this is too close for comfort when it comes to these two. Both are really going back and forth on images. I love the building replication on the OnePlus, but I love the highlight control on the clouds on the Pixel and the better shadow detail, so let me know which one that you think looks better. I bet most of you that are watching this, you're pretty surprised how close these two actually stack up during the day. The front-facing camera is wider on the Pixel 6 Pro, so I do appreciate that, but the shadow detail is definitely better on the OnePlus in this scenario, so again, they go back and forth. Here's an example of the zoom ranges on both phones. This is the ultra-wide, so punchy on the OnePlus 10 Pro. Here's the main sensor shot, more natural color on the Pixel 6 Pro, which I think people will appreciate. 3.3x on the OnePlus and 4x on the Pixel 6 Pro, and then here is 20x on both. This is the maximum zoom range on the Pixel 6 Pro, and you can see that the OnePlus 10 Pro is sharper for sure, and it can go all the way up to 30x, so if you want more zoom, the OnePlus will be the better bet. When it comes to video, I really don't like how the OnePlus exports the video in Rec 2020. The colors are all out of whack, super saturated, where the Pixel 6 Pro doesn't have that issue, so keep that in mind. If you know what you're doing post-processing in an editor, you can convert the color and it looks very different, as you can see, but as a consumer, you shouldn't have to do this, so OnePlus, please fix this. Doesn't matter if it can shoot in 8K if the colors look like garbage. You can really see this here at the Stranger Things store. Look at how just awful that looks compared to the Pixel. The saturation is just insane, but I can't say that this is always bad, because when it comes to the neon lights like this, it does give it that vibrancy, and if you don't care about accuracy, it can look awesome at times. But I'm going to end this one with a handheld stabilization sample. This is just me walking with both of them in my hands. Let me know if you can see a difference.
Okay, so it's super cold out here. That's why I'm looking like a ninja. But we gotta take some nighttime photos. I think it's gonna snow tomorrow, but I'm gonna come out here. Let's see which one takes the low light crown. Let's do it. Woo! Cold.
So I couldn't take a ton of samples because again it was super cold, but I did notice some differences. I mainly tested night mode, but without night mode they are both noisy, as you can see in the sky, but when you kick in night mode they both clean up noise very nicely, so I think that you will like both of these at night. The big difference here is the exposure time. The OnePlus literally exposes for 1 second, maybe 2 seconds tops every time, so it's really fast, where the Pixel can range from a few seconds all the way up to 8+ seconds sometimes, so you will have to stay still, but if you do, you will get better results like this, so you do have to keep that in mind. But generally speaking, the OnePlus does tend to look sharper on most shots, so it will be preference based. When you punch in here, you can see that there is better brick detail picked up by the OnePlus here, but if you look back at the building, the OnePlus does over sharpen the image to achieve this. You can also see this here on the text, so it's up to you and what you like. Usually saturated colors aren't great, but when it comes to night shots, I think a lot of times it can make the image look more pleasing, like this one here on the OnePlus. But personally, I tend to lean with the Pixel's rendition most of the time. Again, I would not hate on you if you like the OnePlus shot here. It's ready to share right out of the camera with its bright neon light rendition, but I do like the overall definition of the Pixel shot better. Once again, the Pixel likes the colder side of white balance, so it can make the image look different than what I was seeing in real life. The OnePlus was actually more accurate when it comes to white balance, but the Pixel does match the colder feel of this image with the snow on the ground, so I can see the computational photography working here. But again, I'm actually surprised how well the OnePlus did against the Pixel. I absolutely love this picture. There's a lot going on in this frame, but that extra saturation does help with this one, and look at the dynamic range here on the Wells Fargo sign, and the building is better on the OnePlus. This shot is a good one, how the Pixel and the OnePlus go back and forth. The colors, especially with the red, is handled better on the Pixel, so that would make me pick this image right away. But look at the building texture, it's so much sharper on the OnePlus. There's a big difference. And also look at the noise in the sky. OnePlus has much better noise reduction, where the Pixel still has way too much noise, so this is surprising. If it wasn't for the final set of images from the vessel, I might have leaned closer to the OnePlus, but these images really look better on the Pixel. While the white balance looks better on the OnePlus, that dramatic contrast and detail on the Pixel 6 Pro is undeniable. When switching to the main sensor, it does a little bit of a swap on contrast, so I think this one comes down to personal preference. Here's one without night mode. A little too much red pickup on the OnePlus in my opinion, but kick in that night mode and they both look sweet. But I still like the Pixel 6 Pro better on this one. The wide angle night mode shot though, I do not blame you if you like the OnePlus 10 Pro's image better. It's brighter, it's more vibrant, but the Pixel's is more accurate to the scene here, so let me know which one that you like better in the comments below. This shot was the decider for me picking the Pixel 6 Pro overall. Look at how much sharper that entire image is. I love the details being picked up, so dramatic but sharp as well. I love it. Another thing that makes the Pixel 6 Pro more consistent at night is the video capture. The OnePlus 10 Pro does create the brighter video in this scenario, but that extra color on the Pixel 6 Pro is nice and it does have better contrast, so I like the way that looks. And keep an eye on the sky, the Pixel does a better job of noise reduction on video too, so since the daytime is kind of a toss-up, the Pixel 6 Pro does squeak by with an overall win, but I think you guys will all agree here, this was way too close for comfort, and I really did think that the Pixel was going to blow away the OnePlus 10 Pro, and sometimes it does, like this, but they both make mistakes. But after looking at all of these images, this goes to show you that OnePlus is going in the right direction. So let me know what you think. Do you agree or do you disagree? I think this is going to be a fun discussion. Let me know if you like this format on camera comparisons. Subscribe for a lot more videos like this one, and I will see you in the next video.